welcome back. Here we are at Unit 3-4. Yesterday we saw factoring using EasyX. Today we're going to revisit that again. We're going to change up the problem just a little bit, but you're going to see that you already know exactly what's going on. And here we go. So, here's the math career for you. A chemical engineer. More chemistry here. Chemical engineering is the branch of engineering that deals with the application of physical science and life science with mathematics. Okay. There's more information right there on the screen. And here's your salary, starting off at a pretty healthy one and going pretty high there. Here's the math needed that you would see in college there as you worked toward a chemical engineering degree. Okay. So, interesting job. All right, 11.0 is our standard, and here we go. Today we're going to continue to factor trinomials. They're going to look a little bit different than yesterday, but just slightly. So here's a rewind for you. X squared plus 11x plus 18. We went ahead and used the x, and we dropped the 11 down. We put an 18 at the bottom, because remember it's going to be 1. This coefficient times 18 is 18. And then we said that maybe 9 and 2, right? Isn't 9 plus 2 11? But 9 times 2 is 18. And our answer was simply that right there, x plus 9 times the quantity x plus 2. We also noted that if this sign is positive, then these two signs will match. And that's really where the difference is going to be today. Because today, the third term, the constant, is going to be negative. So if this sign is negative, if they're positive, the signs must match. Well, we know that if we multiply two numbers together and we get a negative answer, a negative product, then one of the signs has to be negative, or we have to reverse the sign somehow, right? They have to be opposing each other. So one positive, one negative, or some combination if we're multiplying more than one factor. All right, so how about this one? X squared plus 6x minus 27. Same process as yesterday. We're going to drop the middle term right here. We get a 6. What's 1 times negative 27? Well, negative 27 goes here. And now, pause for a second and consider. I need the numbers to add to positive 6, but multiply to negative 27. So I'll go ahead and work this one here because we're just watching. So find two numbers. When multiplied, you get this number. When you add, you get this number. So I'm going to go with, what do you think? If we're going to go ahead and multiply and get a negative product, which should be larger between the two numbers? I think we know 27 is going to be 9 and 3. Which one should be larger, the 9 or the 3, if we end up with a positive or negative sign here? So I think we're going to go with a negative 3 and a positive 9. This would give us, if we add it, these two, we end up with a 6. And if we multiply them, the signs are different. We still end up with a negative product there. So we'll go ahead and fill this in. We've got a positive 9 and a negative 3. And we're going to end up with x plus 9 times the quantity x minus 3. All right, your turn. Try this one now. X squared minus 10x minus 24. Again, try to notice right off the bat that this is a negative constant. So our signs, when we get to the middle there, is going to have to be opposing each other. Okay. So the middle term goes here. The bottom, the 1 times negative 24 goes to the bottom. We know we're going to have positive and negative side to side. Give me two numbers that add to negative 10 but multiply to negative 24. What do you think? Negative 12 and positive 2. Negative 12 and positive 2. So if you look at that for a second, you'll realize, well, if I add them, I get negative 10, and if I multiply them, I get negative 24. Some students put negative 6, negative 4 there. If we added them, we'd get negative 10, but if you multiply them, it would be a positive 24, not a negative. All right? And there's your final result, x minus 12 times the quantity x plus 2. All right, your turn. X squared minus x minus 2. Again, we have a negative constant right here, negative constant. So what's this coefficient? Negative 1. What goes at the bottom? Well, 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Two numbers now that add to negative 1 yet multiply to negative 2. Their signs have to be different. How about negative 2 and positive 1? Negative 2 and positive 1. Very good. And there's your answer, x plus 1, x minus 2. All right, and that's it for Unit 3-4. So take a look at those videos there if you'd like, if you want to see some more examples. You might see the professor on the textbook do things a little bit differently than we did. They do more of a guess and check, which I really can't recommend. But just follow our EasyX and you'll be just fine. All right then, we'll talk to you soon.